Right, so here we have the Triumph 675 with the common fault, which is that the speedo glass cracks, although that's a bit of a misnomer because it's not glass, it's actually plastic. So I'm going to show you how to replace that on this bike. First job is to remove the screen, so that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 plastic screws come out, and then the screen just lifts up and out it comes. You then can get access to remove the instrument cluster. The instrument cluster on this bike just pushes in through a number of rubber grommets. You can see those there. You can see that one. There it is in the corner. So the easiest way to remove them is simply spray a bit of silicone grease or WD-40 or some other lubricant on the rubber, and then it'll pull out gently. Don't pull it all the way out because you have to disconnect the main socket, which is there, without stretching the wires too much. Okay, so you can see now the 3 mounting points where the instrument cluster fits. So they're the top 2. This is the bottom one. Now this one is actually secured with a nut on the inside, which is really difficult to get out because you've got to take most of the fairing off. But you can gently prise it out like I've done, and then of course you remove the socket, which actually is a connector to the actual instrument cluster. So here's the back of the instrument cluster, as you can see. There's the screw one. But as I say, you can prise it out. Make sure you well lubricate it with some silicone grease or with some WD-40 or something. Okay, now we're going to undo those 6 screws, and that should allow us to take the front console off the actual speedometer cluster. Okay, so I've removed the 6 screws, and as you can see now, I've been able to prise the actual front of the instrument cluster away. Be careful because there's a gasket, so what I'm going to have to do now is just gently go round with the screwdriver, easing that gasket away so that I don't break it. Okay, so I've eased the gasket away. Now the gasket does sit in the channel you can see around the edge here, so that's where it should be refitted when you come to put the 2 halves together again. And now you can see the crack in the glass. Okay, now we've got to get the glass out and get ready to put the new glass in. Okay, and like what most people think, this doesn't come out from the inside. What you have to do is you have to pop this aluminium covered plastic off the actual case. The easiest way to start moving it off is in this top left hand corner here, and you can see what I've already started to make it split it apart. And now very gently we're going to go around this edge, bringing this case off without doing any damage to either faces. So I'm using a flat standing knife blade, and I'm just going to slowly prise it off as I go around. Okay, to get this end off, a long thin screwdriver, slide it down underneath and just gently prise it all the way gently, both sides. You do not want to crack this, so be very careful as you're doing it. Okay, it's all prized away. Now you can see where it's glued along that edge there to hold it in. It's not a lot of glue, so when we refit it, we'll use some glue there just to hold it in place. Otherwise, this is a sealed unit, so it's quite watertight. And now you can see the glass where the glass sits. Now the job is to push this glass out and replace it. Okay, so there's no easy way of getting the glass out. You basically have to push it from the inside and break it away, because when they fit it in, it's actually glued in around the circumference. But we'll re-glue the new one when we fit it in. Okay, so now we have to remove the final bit of glass that was in the edge, because it's actually, I think it must be like sonic welded or something, so you can't get it out, so you have to cut it out. I use my Dremel lookalike drill with a tool on the end, hence this tool, and I rest the metal face there on the inner edge, and I just go round in this fashion, slowly removing that edge. Got to be carefully, take your time, you don't take too much off. If you do make a bit of a mistake, it's okay because it's hidden by the bezel anyway. Okay, so I'll try and show you how I do it. So okay, that's it done. So I've gone round and I've created that lip all the way round, ready for the new lens to sit on. Now I usually measure this with my vernier to make sure there's no high spots, and if they are, then just apply a little bit more of the Dremel on them, and as you can see, you can get a reasonably good finish. To tidy it up on the inside edge, I'll sand this lightly just to make it look pretty again. It is hidden when the bezel's on, so you don't really see it, but just to make sure it looks the part. Okay, so the glass on the Triumph measures, it's 1.75, 1.8 milli thick. So now we just need to find a piece of perspex about that size. The Triumph original ones are slightly domed, but in all honesty, I don't think people are going to notice if you put a flat one in. And I'm measuring the size, the diameter of the glass at about 83 mil. Okay, so I've made the lens. This is just a piece of 3mm perspex, sorry, it's Lexon, it's polycarbonate. I happen to have the right size diameter there, so I was able to mark the shape, cut it out. I put the dome in it. So I put the dome in it, basically putting it over another piece of metal, sticking this on top of it, and then this is the top of a Yankee candle bottle, and just make a nice little dome shape. Heat it up with the heat gun. Just be careful when you heat it, you don't overheat it, just enough so it just becomes soft, and then press the shape into it. And then I've actually taken the edges round on the grindstone. If you try to cut this stuff, sometimes it cracks. Okay, so the lens is now made. I'm now going to stick it in to there. Now, because it's got to be waterproof, I use U-Pol, one of these body panel fixing glues, because that's fully waterproof and extremely strong. Right, so now I'm going to put a bead of U-Pol panel sealant, what you get for cars. This stuff, Tiger, U-Pol, it's black. I'll put a bead in there, I'll put the glass in, I'll let it set, and then we'll rebuild it. Okay, so I put this weight on it now to hold the glass in place till the U-Pol goes off. Be warned, U-Pol is a nightmare to get off everything, so don't put loads on it, you won't get it off. But when it's wet, you can get it off using white spirit, but after that you won't get it off at all. So if there is any excess glue anywhere, wipe it off with a touch of white spirit. One of the reasons why you can't use things like CD cases for making the lenses is if any petrol goes near them, they just fracture and split. It's the chemical reaction in them, whereas PVC and Lexon in this case should be okay. Okay, so that's what the finished item looks like. See, it's all being cleaned around on the inside and stuff. Now what we've got to do is stick the frame back on it. So I'll do this, I'll just put about 5 blobs of the U-Pol around, and then we'll sit it on the top, and then hopefully that will set and hold permanently. Okay, so I've given the lens a final clean. I've inserted the gasket back where it should be, and all I've got to do now is put it together and put the 6 screws in it. That's the next job. Okay, that's a completed item. I think you'd be hard pressed to not think that was the original. I put a piece of tape on here to hold it down till the U-Pol goes off. Other than that, it's ready to fit back on now, and hopefully that'll last forever, that lens. Okay, so let's remember that this here is the one that has the bolt in, so we need to be careful. We'll probably have to push that in with a screwdriver, so it's a case of again, loads of silicone on it, and hopefully we'll get them to push in. And don't forget, get the rubber boot on to the connector. That's it, job done. Everything works on it. So that's it, job complete. Looks fine. What did it cost? Didn't cost me anything really, because I had the U-Pol and I had the Lexon. Took about an hour and a half, job done. Saved about 250 quid for a new instrument cluster, because as far as I'm aware, nobody sells those lenses for the speedometer separately, so you've got to buy the complete instrument cluster, and even second hand, say 250, 260, something like that, to buy one. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video.